Hey guys, Jobin here. This is a Sanrenmu 939. I think I've shown it in a couple of videos on my channel before. It's an all-metal knife with a black coating on all the pieces. And one of the things I did with one is I stonewashed it, which turned it from a solid black matte coloration to a sort of mottled gray, which looks kind of cool. Recently, somebody wrote to me and asked me to do the same thing for one for them, and I said sure. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in a vibratory tumbler with ceramic polishing media. But are we just going to open it up and toss the whole thing in? No, we're not going to do that. That would be suboptimal for a couple of reasons. One, my tumbler is, the canister that you put the stuff in is about this big. So the knife wouldn't tumble over neatly. It might end up with an uneven pattern, so that's not good. The other issue would be the nooks and crannies. Like in here, in sort of the lee of the handle, and here between the handle and the thumb stud, you'd have spots where the polishing media wouldn't get. Same with under the pocket clip. So what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, see, I'm including you in this. What we're going to do is we're going to take the blade off, we're going to take the thumb studs off the blade, and we're going to take the pocket clip off. So, hold on, I'm not going to let you guys sit through that, and I'll be right back with you. Just a quick note, the thumb studs on this particular knife are the screw-on variety. They're two pieces, and there's a screw inside. It's not press fit, and there's no slot for a tool or anything. Like on some knives you'll see that there's actually a little hex head in there or something. None of that, so what you need to take them off is two sets of pliers, and if you don't want to scratch the finish, some little bits of scrap fabric or rubber or something. And that's it really. It's a little annoying, but it's not difficult. You just need to pad the jaws of the pliers, put one on each side, and twist. There. Now the ceramic stones in the tumbler will be able to get all the way around in there, and there won't be a dark circle around the thumb stud. And the thumb stud can either be left out, or you can screw it back together so the threads don't get too messed up, and toss it in with everything else. Okay, so now we have the four things that are actually going to go into the tumbler. The pocket clip, the handle, the blade, and the thumb stud. And we have a little tray of screws and washers and so forth. Now I've left the two pieces of the handle together for two reasons. One, we're not actually interested in stonewashing the inside because nobody's really going to see it. And probably won't or might barely notice whether it's flat black or slightly gray. So that doesn't really matter. We might as well leave the coating intact. The other reason is so that the engagement surface on the lock bar is tucked down in here safely so it doesn't get worn by the ceramic. This will preserve the lockup the knife started with, and at least theoretically prolong its service life. Now, we can't really get around having the engagement surface on the tang of the blade, bouncing around inside the tumbler, but I'm going to take my standard step for protecting that area and give it a couple coats of nail polish before it goes in. And that'll probably wear off at some point in the 1 to 3 hours it's in there. But it will protect it from quite a bit of abrasion before it goes. It might last the entire time. So that way this knife, which started with pretty early lockup, won't have lost any of that when we're done. And we're back. This took about an hour in the tumbler, and look at that. The resists managed to stay on the blade tang, so there should be no change in the lockup whatsoever. So that's good. Gonna put it back together now. And there it is, back together. Focus. There we go. Alright guys, this is Jobin signing off. Take it easy, and remember where your knife is.